Welcome to Karma Canvas. AKASA, the three dimensions of consciousness, unveiling reality beyond the physical. In the timeless tradition of Advaita Vedanta, the Yoga Vasistha stands as one of the most profound scriptures ever recorded. Within its pages lies a teaching that dissolves the boundary between consciousness and creation, between the seer and the seen. Our story begins in an ancient court, where the wise sage Vasistha sits before Prince Rama, ready to unveil the deepest secrets of existence. The question that burns in Rama's heart, and perhaps in yours, is this: what is the true nature of reality, and where does creation truly exist? Before the teaching begins, Vasistha establishes the foundation. He speaks of three sacred Sanskrit words that form the cornerstone of understanding: Citakasa, consciousness space; Citakasa, mind space; and Bhuttakasa, element space. These are not mere philosophical abstractions, but three dimensions of the same infinite consciousness, viewed from different perspectives. The great sage Ramana Maharshi once clarified this very mystery, explaining how the sky itself becomes the perfect metaphor for understanding the nature of reality and our place within it.
Prince Rama, listen well. The three dimensions of consciousness are like this. Citakasa is the pure natural state of being itself, untouched, unchanging, the very ground of existence. From Citakasa arises Citakasa, the I feeling, the sense of individual consciousness that believes itself separate. And when Citakasa expands and takes on the shape of all the elements, earth, water, fire, air, and space itself, this becomes Bhuttakasa, the world of manifest creation. Yet all three are nothing but consciousness in different expressions, like waves, foam, and ocean, all water. Now I shall reveal a mystery that will illuminate your understanding. When consciousness does not recognize its own true nature as Citakasa, when it becomes identified with the objects of perception, with thoughts and forms, then it is said to be in mono-akasa, the mind space of delusion. But when the individual consciousness awakens to the Citakasa that it truly is, when it realizes its oneness with pure consciousness itself, then is it said to be Sinmaya, pure consciousness realized. The subsiding of the mind means the vanishing of multiplicity and the appearance of unity. When this is achieved, everything appears to you as it truly is, utterly natural, utterly real, because you see through all illusions.
With this foundation established, Vasistha begins the profound exposition of creation itself. He reveals a principle that strikes at the very heart of bondage. As long as one invests perceived objects with reality, bondage persists. But the moment that notion dissolves, liberation is already here. The sage then speaks of cosmic dissolution, that time before the next epoch when all creation dissolves back into infinite being, back into what the wise call Atma, Brahman, truth. From this infinite stillness, without any external cause, the cosmic mind arises like a wave on a calm ocean.
Rama, you must understand this crucial truth. Just as a bracelet of gold is nothing but gold itself, the bracelet exists because of gold, not independent of it, while gold exists perfectly well without needing to be a bracelet. So too, the entire creation and its qualities exist only because of the infinite self. The mind rises from the infinite consciousness like a wave from the ocean. Yet the mind possesses no existence independent of consciousness. All the qualities and potentialities of creation are inherent in the Creator, just as the nature of gold, its malleability, its luster, its value, exists before any ornament is fashioned from it. As the mirage appears to be an entirely real river of water, yet is merely a play of heat and light upon the observer's consciousness, so too does this creation appear to be absolutely real. But Rama, as long as you cling to the notion of reality of you and I, separate entities, distinct from the infinite, there is no liberation. And know this well, if creation were truly real, it could never cease to be. For it is an immutable law of existence that the unreal can never truly exist, and the real can never truly cease. Therefore, creation must be neither fully real nor unreal. It is appearance only, without independent existence.
Now Vasistha introduces a teaching story that will shake Rama to his core, the tale of AKASA, the holy man born of space itself. This story illustrates perfectly the true nature of consciousness and liberation. AKASA was a sage of extraordinary realization, constantly in meditation, his heart filled with compassion for all beings. He lived thus for countless ages, until at last the cosmic force of death itself came to claim him. But when death drew near, It encountered a barrier of celestial fire that protected the sage, a fire that seemed to emanate from his very being. Death, bewildered by this unprecedented event, could not overcome the protection. In frustration and confusion, it withdrew and traveled to the realm of Yama, the Lord of Destiny himself, who presides over the fates of all mortal beings. Death bowed before the ancient throne and asked in trembling voice, "Great Yama, I have never encountered such resistance. For eons I have brought the end to all beings, yet this holy man, his fire repels me, and his karma seems nowhere to be found. Pray tell me, what makes him immune to my power?"
And Yama, with wisdom eons old, answered Death thus, "O Death, you labor under a misunderstanding. You believe you cause death, yet truly you do not. What you call death is merely the fruition of one's own karma ripening into its consequences. You are but the instrument through which karma plays itself out. Therefore, go and search carefully for the fatal karma of this holy man AKASA. Discover what karmic debt could give you power to claim him." Death searched throughout all the worlds, through all the records of past and present actions, yet could find nothing. No karma, no karmic debt, no footprint of action or consequence attached to this sage. Returning to Yama's court, Death reported, "Great Lord, I have searched everywhere. There is no karma anywhere in this world that could give me claim upon him." Then Yama spoke the truth that cut through all illusions. "Now you understand. This holy man AKASA was born of space itself, AKASA, and therefore he has no karma whatsoever. He is as pure, as unconditioned, as space itself. He incurred no karma because he possesses no mind. Without mind, there is no notion of I am this or I am that, and therefore no mental action or karmic consequence can attach to him. He is a mass of consciousness, pure intelligence, untouched by the wheel of becoming." Yama continued, "Consciousness reflected in consciousness appears to assume independence, yet this is a false assumption, not a true existence. This holy man knows this truth perfectly. Just as liquidity is the natural property of water and emptiness is the essential nature of space, this sage dwells continuously in the Supreme Spirit itself. His is a causeless manifestation. He was never born, yet appears to live. He contains within himself the essence that ordinarily requires a previous birth to manifest. And because this holy man has no notion of I am this body made of earth, he is not entangled in matter. Since he lacks this fundamental delusion, he is forever beyond your reach, O Death." And then Yama proclaimed, "This holy man has never been born. He is pure consciousness that has undergone no transformation whatsoever. At the beginning of each cosmic epoch, a vibration arises in the infinite being due to latent ignorance. This vibration manifests as diverse forms, as if in a cosmic dream, countless creatures arising like dream beings in the mind of the cosmic sleeper. But this AKASA remains utterly uninvolved in this grand dream. He is eternally pure consciousness itself. In the infinite creator, there is neither a seer nor an object of perception, yet he is known as self-created. He shines in cosmic consciousness as a painting exists in the mind of an artist, vivid, real in appearance, yet possessing no independent existence."
This parable unveils the deepest truth. Bondage comes entirely from identification with the created appearance, while liberation comes from realizing your true nature as pure consciousness, untouched by the cosmic play. Vasistha now explains how the Creator has no memory of past karma, no physical body, only the spiritual essence. And just as the created bracelet is made of the same substance as its creator, gold, so too is the entire creation made only of consciousness, which has undergone no transformation. The Creator's thought becomes the universe, and since the Creator himself has no physical body, the creation itself is truly made of thought only.
Creator underwent a throbbing, a subtle vibration in consciousness, which brought into being the subtle body made of intelligence itself for all beings. All these beings appear to be, and they feel their appearance is entirely real, yet they are only thought made only of mind. However, this appearance imagined to be real produces realistic consequences, just as sexual enjoyment in a dream produces a physical result that the dreamer experiences as real. The Creator, though having no body, appears to have a body. The Creator is of a dual nature, consciousness pure and unchanging, and thought which is subject to confusion. Therefore he appears to come into being, though he does not actually arise. He alone is the intelligence that supports all existence, and every thought arising in that intelligence gives rise to a form. Though all these forms are of the nature of pure intelligence, on account of self-forgetfulness and the thought of physical forms, they freeze into apparent physical forms, just as formless goblins seem to have form on account of the observer's delusion. But the Creator is not subject to such delusion, therefore he remains eternally of spiritual nature. The Creator is spiritual, and his creation, too, is spiritual in essence. This creation is causeless. It needs no cause, for it has never truly come into being. Therefore, it is essentially spiritual, even as Brahman is. The materiality of creation is like a castle in the air, an illusory projection of mind only. The mind itself is the Creator's body, and thought is inherent within mind. The object of perception exists only within the perceiver. Who has ever discovered a true distinction between the two? Look deeply, Rama, and you will see the perceiver and perceived are one consciousness, pretending to be two.
As the sun sets over the western hills, sinking as if eager to meditate upon the sage words, the assembly disperses for evening prayers. But Rama's mind is ablaze with the fire of inquiry. The next morning, he returns with a new question that will deepen the teaching further. He asks Vasistha, "Holy sage, I understand that creation is appearance only, that consciousness has undergone no change. But what exactly is this mind that creates the appearance? What is the true nature of mind itself?" And Vasistha, seeing that Rama is ready for the deepest teaching, begins to explain the relationship between mind, consciousness, and the apparent universe.
Mind, O Rama, is empty nothingness, even as space is empty nothingness. Thought is mind. There is no distinction between the two. The self clothed in the spiritual body is known as mind. This mind brings the material body into existence. When the notion of object is firmly rejected from the subject, consciousness alone remains without even potential objectivity. When this is realized, all evils like attraction and repulsion, love and hate cease. The false notions of world, you and I disappear. The tendency to objectify ceases, and this, Rama, is true freedom. The entire universe is non-different from the consciousness dwelling in every atom, just as an ornament is non-different from gold. Just as oil exists in sesame seeds, as aroma exists in flowers, the faculty of perception exists in the perceiver. When you realize this deeply, you attain Jivan Mukti, liberation even while living in this world.
The teaching, reality consists of three dimensions of consciousness: Siddhakasa, pure consciousness; Siddhakasa, mind consciousness; and Buddhakasa, elemental consciousness. And liberation comes from recognizing that all three are manifestations of a single unchanging Brahman that has never truly created anything at all. Subscribe to Karma Canvas for daily wisdom from ancient spiritual traditions.